You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, sometimes you can just judge a situation by the reaction of your fellow competition, okay? And we all know the Baltimore Ravens fired John Harbaugh last night. It'd been percolating around that there might be a parting of whichever coach lost the Steelers-Ravens battle for the North the other day in the AFC. That had been floating around. I'd long since said of the two coaches, Tomlin or Harbaugh, I was keeping Harbaugh. And if you wanted to part ways with Tomlin, I would understand. Yeah, the fact is the coaching record for John Harbaugh has been a lot better. All right? There's not a lot of 9 and 8s in there. There's a lot more numbers starting with a 10 than Mike Tomlin. I understand they both got Super Bowl rings. It's both been a long time. The reaction is exactly what you would expect. Every team with a vacancy, he goes to the number one choice. And 7 teams, I heard earlier today rumors of 9 teams, but 7 teams have officially jumped in this whole thing. Not only did they jump in it, they jumped in it within 45 minutes of him getting fired. John Harbaugh's agent, within 45 minutes of Raven coach getting fired per report. I bet the phone was ringing off the hook. You may be thinking, well, there's 7 team openings and the Ravens are one of them. That tells you somebody with a coach that's got a coach right now has called John Harbaugh's agent. Now, there's a lot of teams it should be. I got thinking about this earlier. If you're the Bengals and have an opportunity to pair up John Harbaugh with Joe Burrow, you pull that trigger. I mean, you break the trigger pulling the trigger. John Harbaugh immediately goes to the top of the list. I think Mike McCarthy goes to number 2. Some guy, number 1, Ravens fans being blatantly disrespectful toward John Harbaugh. I don't get it. He's a coaching legend in your organization. Is this all about Lamar? Really? Is that all y'all give a bleep about is Lamar? I don't get it. Lamar ain't proven shit to nobody outside of the regular season. Let's be honest. When he gets into the postseason, Lamar Jackson chokes. Chokes. I didn't want to go to the choke situation. People making crazy. The glazing of this guy of John Harbaugh is unbelievable. Okay, let me show you a little something here. Because I got thinking about this as a Niners fan. When we fired Mariucci in 2002, we had just finished a run of being one of the most unbelievable organizations in the history of football. Right? Bill Walsh, George Seifert, and Steve Mariucci was a whole lot of solid for us. I look back on Mariucci very fondly because he held down the fort and kept us very competitive year in and year out. And then you see what happens. You're one firing of Steve Mariucci away from a Dennis Erickson, a Mike Nolan, a Mike Singletary, Jim Tom Sula having to coach a game because you done fired Mike Singletary. Before we got to Harbaugh. And then we fired Harbaugh, and it was Jim Tom Sula, and it was Chip Kelly. Before we got to Kyle Shanahan. And by the way, Shanahan's had some bad seasons in there. Really bad seasons. But my point is, you're one firing of your stable coach away from turning into, and I said this yesterday, away from turning into the Jets, the Browns, the Falcons, the Panthers, the I'd love to know who called. How about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where Todd Bowles is at? Just missed the playoffs, got Baker Mayfield. Ownership there maybe thinking, is this the second coming of, can we slide Harbaugh in here and win one right quick like we did with John Gruden? You see this right here. NFL mystery team with head coaching plates emerges among interested in John Harbaugh. This is the big story now. No doubt about it. I mean, this is officially, everybody is on Harbaugh watch. Now, as far as the Ravens go, I did not bring up this name. I should have. I don't know why I didn't think about it, because it does seem pretty obvious. It's still an extension of a Harbaugh, whether it's Jim or John, but Jesse Minter, I believe, probably becomes the number one candidate for the Ravens. And certainly their defense has slipped. And word has it that what may have happened here is that, and I keep telling you guys, what may have happened here is that Biscotti, Steve Bisciotti, and Bisciotti and Eric DaCosta wanted Todd Monken run out. I can't say I blame them for that. I'm not the biggest Todd. Like when his name surfaced for the Wolverines, I threw up in my mouth. I'm not the biggest Todd Monken guy, okay? But I also believe they should have never gotten rid of Greg. I thought Greg Roman was like the perfect guy for Lamar Jackson. Anyway, and by the way, Harbaugh's got him down there. You know, smart guys hire other smart people. By the way, they're like inseparable. They were both living in an RV park before last season, I think it was, before the first season. Greg Roman bought like $190,000 RV or something, and they're just chilling in an RV park, sitting in yard chairs. Funniest thing I ever seen. There's a video on it. Go find it. Jim Harbaugh and Greg Roman with the Chargers. Anyway, point is, they may have wanted Monken out, and John Harbaugh said, "Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not firing him. So you're going to have to get rid of me." And that's probably what happened. They got rid of him. They said, "Okay, fine, you're gone." But again, I'm willing to bet you the retort, the response back to ownership was, Monken's not the problem. Lamar is. We'll have to see how this goes. I think I'm telling you again, you judge it by your competitor's response. Every competitor immediately jumped in. That's not great. And if you want to say, okay, that's it, the organization is stale right now, whatever you want to say. And actually, I don't hate Jesse Minter. That's probably who I would choose too. But if you're going to do something like this, why not have done it during a different cycle? Where there's another like last year, Ben Johnson. I could see it. Mike Vrabel. Okay. I could see it. You know? But did you do it for Kevin Stefanski? There's all kinds of, by the way, there's all kinds of teams. If you wanted, again, I heard this morning it was 9 teams. I didn't want to, I'm not going to put that in the title of the video because I don't know how accurate it is. But I mean, honestly, and I think he actually could be a guy. But if you're the Cowboys, I mean, if you're the Cowboys, Brian Schottenheimer or John effing Harbaugh. A lot of organizations have to ask that question right now. You know? It's like an opportunity to hire John Gruden without all. I don't consider John Gruden to have any baggage, but obviously there's some little hurt feelings by Roger Goodell and blah, 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 and that carries over around the league because Gruden is suing them and he gave them double middle fingers after they went. But, I mean, you're talking about none of that. There's nothing with Harbaugh. I'm sure I'm going to get in the comment, are you working for Harbaugh and trying to? No. I just understand, unless you can get a blatant upgrade, there's certain coaches you just don't move off of. You know? Or a guy that you think might be a blatant upgrade or has the potential to be but, if you F around and get a Clint Kubiak, I mean, who knows? Maybe it works out. Maybe it does. But I damn sure wouldn't place a drap of money on it. By the way, word has it Tom Brady would like to get Harbaugh. Is like, I may make a video on it, but I'll mention it here. I don't know that I see John Harbaugh doing that right after you just fired Pete Carroll. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, money talks. And if I'm the Browns, I'm whatever it takes. Tell me what you think. Oh, cue the John Harbaugh most hated man in Baltimore. Cue those fans flooding in here. Oh, you're glazing a Hall of Fame coach? Yeah, probably a little bit. Yeah. Stability? Yeah. Winning seasons year after year? Yeah. Yeah, those kind of coaches deserve some they deserve their flowers, as they call it. Every time we do this, we're going to have to reset the list. Harbaugh, McCarthy, Stefanski, Kubiak. Told y'all, I am high on Kubiak. I got him at like 4. And then probably, you know what? No, yeah, I'd probably go Jesse Minter 5, maybe. Maybe. I'd have to look at the entire list. He'd probably be in my top 8, maybe. They're going to fuck around and have 8 openings before too long. I mean, it feels like I'm kind of wondering if there's another one coming. Tell me what you think. By the way, the Steelers, the Bills. I keep telling you guys, watch the Bills. If they lose in the first round, I think it's curtains for Sean McDermott. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.